Hi everybody, it's Marjorie Waldo at Arts Garage with Marjorie's Minutes. I actually have my favorite person with me here today. Come up and say hi. Come up. This is Skunk, who is a skunk, and she's hanging out with me today in the office. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about, for this newsletter, which is for November, I believe, I want to talk about the amazing impact of the arts on people's lives. So we had our volunteer party last week and it was a blast. We did a murder mystery and all of these volunteers are amazing actors. They had a blast doing it and we watched about 50 people talking, eating, drinking a little bit, and having a lot of fun together. And I think it's one of the most beautiful impacts we have, and we're trying to grow that impact with other organizations in addition to our volunteers, many of whom tend to be, I'd say 60 or older and retired. So I think that if you read the research, you know what the impact of the arts is. Everybody talks about how kids are impacted by the arts. They are engaged more in their community. Their little kids do better in reading and math if they're engaged in community art-based programs. But I don't know if you're aware of the research surrounding adults, which is that it addresses our social and emotional health when we're engaged in something that we can come together to experience and enjoy, and also just the music sort of, or the visual arts or the theater does something in our brains that's really magical. So I want to give one personal example. My mother, who has recently had a series of strokes, one very large one in the end of August, who would not be happy with me sharing this story on social media or in our newsletter, is a passionate Christian woman who has spent her entire life singing, especially hymns. And in the rehab, right after the stroke, she was unable to formulate more than a few words at a time. And one of the things the speech therapist asked was, what are her interests? So we talked about her interests, birds and Mother Nature, and her yard is full of beautiful trees, and they're in North Carolina and it's just gorgeous. They have a beautiful piece of property. They have bird feeders right by their window. But then I mentioned that she likes gospel songs and hymns. My mother, who could not say at that time a full sentence, was singing entire hymns, missing only a couple of words throughout the whole thing. It was really academically interesting to watch, but it was also really moving emotionally, because it was the perfect example in my mind of the difference that the arts make in people's lives. You watched her come alive and you saw her be herself. And I really think that's a big part of what our organization brings to our community and surrounding communities. So we're super grateful for all that our community does to make sure we're here. We hope that we're providing you joy and impacting your lives in a positive way, and that you grow as a human being and feel better every day when you come to one of our shows or see one of our art exhibits. And we love you very much. So I hope we make a difference for you.